everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and I just got finished watching Season 2 of What If, Episode 8, What If the Avengers Assembled in 1602, and also, hope you're having a Happy New Year's. I'm still really late. Hopefully I can do the last episode today, and if not, then, the first thing of 2024 will be the finale of What If. But, yeah, this one was interesting. Something I didn't, I guess I should have seen this coming. This is a sequel to the last Peggy Carter episode, which that episode I found to be it was kind of derivative of, it was just change out some characters and do the exact very similar plot line of movies that you saw. I didn't think that one was different enough, but of course it had that surprise ending where she's pulled through a portal in the ground and meets a variant of Scarlet Witch. And this is a sequel to that. Some time jump has happened, and now we're in this world where it's like a mix of, I suppose they're on Earth, but also it's all very different, so it's 1602, and some context clues. We get that different people have their own nations. There's something called Egos something, and then there was the Groot Grove, and all these different characters had their own areas that they were living in. And for a minute I thought are we doing like a battle world type thing? Is that what's happening? But it's just this weird reality where the way they explain it is the 21st century and the 1600s have collapsed together, and they have these weird portals opening, and this happens immediately. So these portals open in the sky, and it's going to destroy their reality. And the first thing that happens is that Hela, who is the queen of this world, gets pulled through a portal, and she's just gone. And by the way, I thought the whole plot of this episode was going to be trying to get her back or something. No, she's just gone. It was kind of shocking when the episode ended. I was like, oh, I guess Hela's just out of here. Okay. But anyways, yeah, so Thor takes on the role of king, and also real quick, I don't know if this is supposed to be a continuation of the last Hela episode. Is this because this takes place in the 1600s, and the Hela episode took place couple hundred years before this, right? So is this that same universe, or is this a different universe? I actually don't quite know the answer to that. I guess it wouldn't be the same one, because Hela had the white armor on at the end of hers, so plus we didn't see anything to do with the 10 rings, so I suppose it's not that universe. But either way, Hela is running things until she gets sucked through a portal, and apparently the Scarlet Witch had called Peggy Carter here because she was the one that could save their universe just through magic of some kind, right? But when she fails to save Hela, Thor immediately kicks her out and hunts her down and tries to imprison her and all that stuff. And it was kind of it seemed like a random forced turn to get her to go on the run and get her to have to fight against some of the Asgardian kingdom forces, just for them to be like, dang it, you lost Hela, I hate you now. But it's as if this was her fault somehow. It was kind of a weird turn for them to do, but okay. Now Peggy Carter's on the run. She's made friends with this version of Tony Stark, and this version of Steve Rogers has his own Robin Hood gang that has the rest of the Avengers. You got Scott Lang, a Winter Soldier, and I think Hawkeye's there, but I don't think he says anything. And basically they have to start this whole plot where they're trying to find this special person, the Forerunner, they say. And this Forerunner is from the future, and because he got taken to the past, these tears are opening through time. I don't quite get that. They don't fully explain it, but all they tell us is that, oh yeah, you gotta stop this guy, or send him back where he came from, otherwise these time portals are gonna keep on opening. And it's the huge twist of who this person ends up being, right? So yeah, they go through all the work to, they got to get the scepter that Thor's holding, because that's the time stone, put it in this machine that Tony Stark built. And after this really big battle, and basically just oh hey, it's this version of Bruce Banner, and it's this version of Happy Hogan, who, by the way, he also still has the Hulk serum in him. somehow. I don't know how that would have happened in this version of reality, but it happened. Anyways, so you get some cool cameos and different weird versions of characters, and when everyone's fighting, they still say thou and thee, and they're speaking old-timey ish. Anyways, so the interesting thing here is that when they manage to accomplish their mission, they put the stone from Thor's scepter into the machine. It's supposed to reveal who the Forerunner is, and the person glowing there is this version of Steve Rogers, who, by the way, has been talking Old English the whole time. And then he's like, oh wait, I remember now. Yeah, we were fighting a giant purple guy, and then they show Infinity War where like he's fighting Thanos, but he accidentally hits the time stone that's on the Infinity Gauntlet, and because he hit the time stone, I guess he was sent back in time. Why is he talking all Old English, and was his memory erased? Like, they don't explain any of that. Like, it was kind of weird, to be honest. But in any case, yeah, they managed to send they send Steve Rogers back, and they have like this whole thing where like Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers never get their happy ending, or at least these versions don't, and they're like, I'm sure somewhere out there we ended happily. So he leaves, and now she's trapped there, and I guess their version of reality has stabilized. I just wish that they explained that better, because like, okay, I get it. He hit the time stone, was sent back into Old English times. Why does he talk like that? Why did he not remember any of this until now? Like, that he was the person they were looking for the entire episode. I don't know. It seems very strange, doesn't it? Like, they don't... I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there was some kind of amnesia thing that happened and I didn't notice. But they don't seem to explain why this all happened. But okay. The interesting thing, though, is that Peggy Carter can hear and see the Watcher, and they just have full-on conversations, and he explains how, like, some universes are just supposed to die. It's just, it's happened millions of times before. It's just some of them just don't work out, and they die, and it's over. And that's an interesting thing, of, like, maybe that's not gonna be the case. And I do kind of wish that the Watcher would have said something about, like, well, Loki is kind of sitting there holding the multiverse together. Like, so what does that mean for you? Like, I don't know. Maybe it'll come up in the finale. But right now, I'm still, like, waiting on any kind of bigger connection to the multiverse or anything. But I guess we're still getting some context as to, like, oh yeah, just sometimes they die. Not even necessarily by the TVA or anything weird like that. Just sometimes they die. But yeah, just it was a fun episode because we saw all these like Old English variants of every character, but also I think it was kind of weak in like what happened to Steve Rogers exactly. Why did he not know that he was the person they were all looking for? Why was he talking Old English when he, like, I don't know, he should have been talking normal like Peggy Carter, right? So kind of weird, but okay. And yeah, just overall, and this one ends with another like hint to like we see not Sinister Strange. What are we calling him? He has a different name. Oh, Strange Supreme. I think that's what it was. Strange Supreme. Yeah. Supreme Strange. Whatever. Anyways, he shows up and tells Peggy Carter, like, oh hey, I thought you could see your friend again. Man, I got something important to tell you. And there's like to be continued, so whatever the major event is going to be, we're going to find out in the finale. And obviously, Strange is involved somehow. Is he going to turn out to be actually the villain? It seems possible still. And yeah, this one was fine. It felt like a fun experiment, but still, I just wish that they bothered to explain things more. Like, why would him going back to the past cause all these like rifts in like the sky and stuff, and why would that happen? Like, we've had time traveling in several different forms in the Marvel universe, and that has never happened, right? So I don't know what's going on there. What's up? But I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I kind of wish there was a little bit more with this one, but all right. I'll see you guys on the finale. All right, bye.